I have finally found it. I have found the guard build that will officially break the builder in NBA 2K25. Now there is a lot to go over with this build, so I'm gonna give y'all the quick rundown. 93 driving dunk, 93 3-point shot, 93 ball handle, and a 94 steal. Now I bet a lot of y'all are probably thinking that this is just a 5'9" build, right? But what if I told you that this is not a 5'9" build? This is a 6'4" guard. Now before I go ahead and show y'all how to make the build, make sure to drop a like on the video and drop a sub to the channel. We're on the road to 10K. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Now this build, even though it's a 6'4", is made for literally everything. It can play 2s, it can play 3s. You can even bring it to the 1s, but I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't recommend that because the post scores and 1s is a little OP. But you can do whatever you please with this build. Now getting into actually making the build, you wanna go position point guard, height you wanna go 6'4", weight you wanna go 175, and wingspan you wanna go 6'5". Like I said, this build does everything at a high level, and first we're gonna talk about the finishing, which you can obviously see it does at a very high level. You got a 78 close shot, a 78 driving layup, a 93 driving dunk, a 39 standing dunk, and a 43 post control. With a 78 close shot and a 78 driving layup, you're going to be able to finish at the rim very efficiently. But we don't care about that. We care about the 93 driving dunk. Now, this is going to get you most of the contact dunk animations along with gold posterizer and Hall of Fame aerial wizard. If you know how to actually use the meter dunk with this 93 driving dunk rating, you are going to be unstoppable. Of course, when you consider it is paired with an 83 midi and a 93 3 ball. The 93 3 ball, of course, is going to give you all the best jump shots in the game, along with some really good badges: gold deadeye, gold limitless range, gold set shot, and gold shifty shooter. And probably the most underrated part about this build, when you get cap breakers at Superstar 3, you are going to be able to get your 3-point to a 98, and that is my favorite part about this build. Now moving on to the playmaking, you got a 71 pass, a 93 ball handle, and an 86 speed with ball. Now first I want to talk about the 71 pass. I know that might scare some people, but a 71 pass has been really good for me on the 3s court. You throw really fast passes with a 71 pass. I'm not sure why, but you do throw some really crazy dots. The 93 ball handle is going to help you get gold ankle assassin, gold handles for days, and gold unpluckable. And then 86 speed with ball is going to get you lightning launch on gold. Now some people might want to go 87 speed with ball to get Russell Westbrook dribble style. Moving on to the defense, and a lot of people would probably think the defense would be really weak on this build, but it's actually one of the strong suits. So 59 interior, that is enough to stop backdoors. You're not really going to get super high contests, but you will get stops in the paint. 85 perimeter, it is a little bit low, but it is enough to get bumpy. And of course, we get a 94 steal. Now this right here is my favorite part about the build. We get gold glove, and of course, Hall of Fame interceptor. Now y'all know lanes in this game are OP. Imagine that with Hall of Fame interceptor, and not to mention you can also get legend interceptor on this build if you put your +1 badge perk on this badge. Lanes are going to be crazy on this build. Now one thing I did notice, you aren't really going to get those crazy lane animations as much as you would on like a build with a higher wingspan. Your wingspan is pretty short on this build. You only have a 6'5" wingspan, so you're not going to get those animations where you like jump up in the air and snatch it with one hand. But if you're in the lane, you will get it pretty much every time. Like you want to go 38, offensive rebound 27, and defensive rebound 47. Then for the physical, speed I went with 86, agility I went with 78, strength I went with 48, and then vertical I went with 80. And I know the vertical might seem a little high to some of y'all, but you do need this for the contact dunk animations, so do not lower the vertical at all. Yeah, this right here is the build. Like I said, you can use this on 2s, 3s, 5s, whatever mode that you want to use this build on, you can. Like I said, I really feel like I broke the builder with this build because you can do everything at a high level. You can also get a 98 3 ball on this build when you get cap breakers. But when you make the build, you are going to get shades of LaMelo Ball, Kevin Johnson, and Damian Lillard. You are going to get the name a two-way inside out ISO creator. So now that y'all know how to make the build, I'm going to show y'all how you should upgrade the build when you first make it, my jump shot that I use on this build, and all of my SIGs. So now that y'all know how to make the build, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the best way to upgrade the build. Now obviously everybody watching this video might have a different amount of VC. You know, some people might have 75k, some people might have 200k, but when I'm upgrading this build right here, I'm not gonna go over 100k VC, which is about $25 to $30 worth of VC, I believe. Obviously there will be some holes in the build, but you can upgrade that over time. Now first up, the 3-point shot, obviously the most important thing you want in a guard build. You want to upgrade that to an 89. That way you can get all the good jump shots, some pretty good badges as well. And an 89 should get the job done for the time being. Now for the ball handle, you want to get that to an 86. That way you're going to get all the basic SIGs. For the speed ball, I would go 75. You do need a speed ball to unlock the good dribble styles. And now for the pass accuracy. Now this is pretty tricky because pass accuracy does cost a lot on this build. So you are going to have to go with a low pass if you want to upgrade other areas. I'd try to go like 40, 45. And I know it sounds crazy, but look, let's say I want to upgrade my 35 pass to and let's say a 60-65. You know, still not a good pass, but it's like decent. So my total is gonna go from 64k to 90k. You see what I mean? It costs so much VC. So what I would do, I'd honestly just bring it to like a 40-45. Now for the speed, I would recommend putting that at around a 78. Now for the perimeter, I would put that at a 71. That way you can get challenger on bronze and you won't get shot over too often. And finally, for your last little bit of VC, I would recommend putting that on your driving dunk and getting it to a 65. That way you can get all of the basic dunk animations like Klay Thompson. Yeah, this right here is how I would upgrade the build. Again, there are some holes in the build, but if you have like 100k or only 100k to spend, this is how I would upgrade it. Now going ahead and getting into my animations on this build. First, I'm going to go over all my dribble animations, you know, my fades, my dunks, all of that. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and get into my jump shot. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to go over my complete dunk style in this video because there is so much to go over for my dunk style. So if you want to know the best dunk animations in NBA 2K25, I recommend clicking the top right. We're going to go ahead and get into my jump shot. Now, what I've been rocking with lately is base Cam Thomas, release 1 Kyrie, and release 2 Darius Garland. For the Q, I'm going with pure push. For the speed, I'm going with max. And then for the blending, I'm going with 60-40. Now, I've been labbing up a lot with Cam Thomas base, and I've been trying to find really good hands with this shot. Because a lot of hands I've used, I've been getting a lot of slowdowns, a lot of speed ups. But with these hands right here, these are the best ones that I have found by far. You can see your Q really well. Like as you can see right there, like you can see when the ball reaches its peak, and that's when you want to release it, by the way. These are the only hands I've really found that do that and also shoot it really smooth as well. Don't let the C timing stability scare you. I've tested A+ timing stability. It makes no difference. You're still going to get speed ups and slowdowns, but I would rather risk the timing stability grade for a smoother jump shot rather than have that grade and still get the same result, if you get what I mean. Now that pretty much wraps it up for the video. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this build in the comments down below. Do y'all like it, or are you going to make it for yourself? Or is there anything that you would change with the build? Make sure to like and sub if y'all haven't already, but that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.